Hey everybody, I'm Wallerswald and welcome back to another award booking demonstration where this time we're looking for an award booking need for Ashaqual, and he's looking to fly 2 people round trip to Tokyo. So let's see how we can get this done for him. But first, if you're new to this channel is all about credit cards, credit card rewards, and showing you how you can use your points and miles to travel for less. So if something that interests you, consider subscribing and turning the bell notification on as well. Also, consider giving this video a thumbs up. It really does help the channel out. Now Ashaqual is looking to fly 2 people round trip to Tokyo for about 15 days, sometime between May or June of 2020. He would ultimately like a premium cabin if it's available, but he will live with economy if that's all that's there. He's also willing to reposition, which is fantastic because that can lead to more opportunities for better redemptions. But he only has 100,000 membership reward points. Now, the first thing before we even begin in this is that Ashaqual, you actually don't even have enough points to fly business class round trip for 2 people. You know, you need more points for that in order to make that happen. But you do have enough to make this happen in Coach. Now, the dates we're going to take a look at are in June, so let's get right into it. Now, what I always tell people is that we want to check Google Flights. Google Flights is going to be our friend because we can see if this is a good opportunity to maybe use our points through the portals or just to get an idea of what we're looking at for fares, especially for economy flights. So we're going to take a look at Wichita, looking over to Tokyo. We're going to go June 3rd to June 18th. We're going to go ahead and make this 2 people. Now you can see from Wichita, you're looking at about $3,100 and some change to book 2 round-trip tickets in economy. So this really means that we're going to be looking to transfer our points because it's just going to give us a better opportunity to make that happen. Now, I actually did look for repositioning, and I have you repositioning out of Minnesota because it's going to give us a good option for redemption, and you'll see why. Now you can see from Minnesota, we're looking at about $2,700 cash fare, which still means we're transferring our points. And I know sometimes we'd like to get into some of these different award partner programs because they can offer good value, but sometimes simple is just the way it's going to be. And we're actually going to take a look over at Delta. And we're going to take a look first at, we can take a look at what you have from Wichita over to Tokyo for a round trip option. Now, one thing to remember about Delta is that they are dynamic in their pricing. Their reward prices are basically based on the price of their ticket. So the cheaper the fare, usually the fewer number of miles you need, more expensive, the more miles you're going to need. Now, from Wichita, you can see if we even adjust our dates, the lowest we're going to get is down to 66,000 points, and you don't have that many points to make this happen for 2 people. But now we're going to take a look at repositioning you over to Minnesota because that could give us a really fantastic option. Now see, when we come up from Minnesota to Tokyo, we're looking at 50,000 points on Delta and about $55.35 per person, which makes this actually a pretty good redemption option for us. And I'll show you the alternative here in a minute of what you could do with your points, but why Delta is going to be the better option. And look, from Minnesota, it's going to be a non-stop flight over to Tokyo, which is great. I don't know how many other people I love non-stops. It's just easier. Less time on the air, less time at airports, more time at your destination. I mean, what more could you really ask? And on the way home, again, non-stop flight, and you're looking at 50,000 points and about $55 per person. So we're looking at 100,000 miles, which is what you have, and $110. Now, one thing you do need to remember, when you transfer membership reward points to a domestic partner, you're going to pay 0.0006 cents per point up to $99 in fees. Now, since you would be transferring 100,000 points, you are going to be spending an extra $60 in taxes and fees from American Express to excise those points to Delta, which is a complete crap fee from Delta, and I really wish they would get rid of it. But even with that, all of that in there, you're looking at 100,000 miles and about $170. Now, let me show you the other option for you to flying round trip over to Tokyo. The other option we had here, based on the number of points you had, was actually using ANA. Now, ANA could be a decent option as well, but you're going to see here in a minute that Delta is going to be the better option. Now, when you get into ANA, you do need to select award booking. Now, with ANA, you do need to have a frequent flyer account with them before you can even search award flights. It's free, super quick and simple to do, and I always recommend people to have frequent flyer programs made with all of the different programs they could potentially be using. because really you just never know when a plan is going to come into play when you might need to use that particular airline. So now that we're here, we're going to select award booking. Now the cheapest option I could show you was actually repositioning from Houston, which is what I had before I even selected Delta. So I'm just going to show you from Houston, which you'd have to reposition to, over to Tokyo. And it was the same dates of June 3rd to June 18th. Now, you should always select, it's just good habits to select compare seat availability, because it gives more of a flexible schedule with some of these airlines, because if there's no seats there, they'll tell you there's nothing there, even though maybe by switching by a day, there could be something there for you. So it's definitely something worth doing. Now, when you're searching a space on ANA, you definitely want to confirm here. They're just letting you know that there's seats operated by other carriers, such as their alliance partners. And then we're going to hit next. And this is going to bring us to our flight options for ANA flights or even Star Alliance flights. Now, the cheapest option we can find is on ANA Metal at 100,000 points round trip for 2 people, or 50,000 points round trip per person. The problem with this option compared to Delta, although the miles are the same, but the repositioning airports are different, is in the taxes and fees. ANA is going to charge you $533.24, while paying that excise tax over to Delta, you're only paying $170, which is a far better value for your points. And while you have options to use either ANA or Delta here, I'm going to say use Delta miles because it's the same price, but it's a fraction of the taxes and fees for you, which gives us a really good price. And especially if we go look at the cash price from Minnesota, we can sort out by Delta itself. We're just going to hit SkyTeam here. And you can see the nonstop option for 2 people is just a little over $2,800 bucks. So you're still getting really, really good value from your membership reward points here. I mean, you're looking at on the close of, we'll say, what, 2.6 cents per point, 2.5 cents per point. So that is a great value, especially for economy flights. So while I know the premium cabins was really what you were looking for, realistically, you just don't have enough points to make that happen at this time. If you were to earn more points, absolutely, you can make that happen and take a look at those. If you were to get enough, I'd look at programs like Virgin Atlantic to book either on Delta or through ANA. And at this moment in time, too, through December 28th, Membership Rewards is having a 30% transfer bonus over to Virgin Atlantic. So it's a good opportunity to earn a lot of miles for yourself. But since you don't, coach is really where you're flying. And with the programs here, I'm going to say Delta. And I know sometimes we look to utilize those alliance partners to get really good value from our points. But every once in a while, we find options like this where the most direct option via even Delta is better than trying to dig deeper through alliance partners and possibly paying more taxes and fees. But either way, how you were going to slice this option, you need to reposition for this to give yourselves the best options here and to pay very low amounts of taxes and fees for yourself. But be sure to let us know how you book your flights over to Tokyo. I'm always curious how people end up booking their flights. And I hope you have a great time in Tokyo. I've heard it is a great destination and it's on my list of places to visit. But hey, if you want to be part of the award booking demonstration series, be sure to fill out my award booking demonstration request form down in the description below. Hey everyone, I want to thank you for tuning in this video. If you want to help support the channel, a simple way would be use links on the website or in the description below. And until next time, safe travels, take care.